Well, g'day everybody and welcome back to the Hardball Gets AFL show. Completely packed for work in the weekend, this podcast is brought to you by the new Mazda BT50 SP. It's a complete package. Today on the show, it's what we're looking forward to next year. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. Leave a rating, leave a review and tell your mates. All right, let's get stuck in. This is the Hardball Gets AFL show. My name is Nick Rynne, joined by Xavier Ellis and Ryan Daniels. What's going on, gentlemen?
We just saw you do the intro 5 times.
I lost it.
I wanted to ask you, Xavier, have you ever had something where you got to get it out and you just, no matter what, you can't?
Daily.
It just makes you laugh.
Daily.
Too much?
Yeah.
Mate, my live reads, how people pay for them at work is incredible.
They're not getting there.
Oh.
Well, they get their money's worth because you're doing it 8 times.
Wait, did you have to do the whole thing yourself this morning? Did I say that? How'd that go?
You went solo.
when it's the Ellis experience, mate.
Wow.
I've done it 3 or 4 times in the last 10 days.
How'd you go?
Oh, nailed it.
Yeah.
We did a phone
course.
topic on 1 3 5 3. What did you swallow?
Classy.
Well, after the race call yesterday, swallowed a fly mid call.
Right,
so
okay,
I don't know what you're
that.
thinking.
All right, I
That's
missed that.
outrageous.
Sure.
All sorts of other bits and pieces. Who's the biggest softcock you know? That was
Right.
pretty handy.
Yep.
Mate, my radio button man, I invited him for a beer on Friday.
Who's your radio button?
Sean, I'll name him Sean,
Sure.
Sean Subra. And he wrote back saying, I'm way too sore from golf.
Oh, come on. You can't have a beer?
Softcock, yeah. Might ask you to run like Ned Brockman
Get a
across the
straw
country.
if you can't lift the cup. Like, just get a straw.
Anyway, so yeah. Oh, top end gear.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to get the podcast for that one.
Yeah, grab it.
Get you through the
Yeah.
rest
Sounds
of the
great.
day.
I once had it was an update that I had to record, and a horse had won a race, and the horse's name was Ginger Nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't do
Yeah.
it. I couldn't do it. I had to change the update to get that horse out of the update. Tried
Get it.
30 times.
What about it when you have like Russian tennis players and stuff?
So I just say them really fast.
What was the famous one?
Yeah.
Basil trying to do Giannis.
Oh, yeah, the old Greek freak.
And-
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
What did he even say?
We could probably run that in here.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
could get that cut in, right?
One of the NBA's biggest stars is in hot water on the eve of the playoffs. Giannis Antetokounmpo was rejected for headbutting
No, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo.
And then
think it's on
Damien
YouTube somewhere.
Lillard.
And Portland's Damian Lillard scored a remarkable 61 points.
Damien Lillard in the same
In
VO.
the same one.
Wow,
Yeah, that's
But,
tough.
Greek.
No, the Russians, I just say really fast.
Yeah?
Yeah, there was actually a site now with the female Russian players, or female, any tennis player, you can go to it and it's them saying their own name.
Right.
It's great.
That's great.
That makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
But you just sound confident. No one knows how to say it.
Yeah, okay.
Just go.
Another one too, mate. Just quickly.
Oh,
Hey.
Yes, the
I mean,
Kit Kat.
they're
Is it just the one?
Yeah, oh, please, mate. They're nothing stories.
I
Christ.
feel like there should be a
Christ,
couple of these.
everyone knew them all. It was
Hey?
just like...
just the timing.
Actually, I don't know which one did you break, actually?
Okay, so Jackson coming. Jackson
Yeah.
made
When
it
was that broken?
It was like
about 5 minutes before everybody else did. Or maybe,
You were
maybe
first
2
in that.
minutes.
Right, I'll
say
get...
that.
Maybe a minute.
Everyone knew Jackson was coming.
Mate,
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to go.
Right,
all right?
yeah, next.
I was able to go.
Next.
And Jager choosing
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Okay, so no. I'll backpedal.
Stop now.
I'll backpedal. So we know Mark McGowan broke that there was interest from Fremantle and that they were in the mix, right? But then there was doubt about, would it be GWS? Would it be Fremantle? And I was first with he's chosen
he's
Fremantle.
picked Fremantle.
So I'll give Mark McGowan his shout there. He's a really good journo. But the next part, because it was an evolving story, there was a chance he was going to go nowhere, right?
No, there's no chance that was ever going to
So,
happen.
yeah, we talk. You know how early I had it.
Yeah, I know.
Because we were talking about it
pills
the
to
day
go
before.
with it. You just didn't have the kahunas
Because
to go.
I like to every now if I've got one, I like to make sure he
Just double
knows.
check.
Yeah.
Because if he gives me shit about not breaking it for whatever reason,
You
because
gotta-
I had to
yeah,
sit
yeah,
on
yeah.
that for as
Yeah.
long as I could.
And they sat too long.
I sat too long because I needed to go. Like sometimes you just have to hold stuff.
You didn't have the nuts.
No, you got to do the right thing. You got people telling you stuff. You can't just go with it when you want.
I thought you were going to say that Zave linked Jager up with Freo. Not only is he the architect of his
He'd love to take the
relationship,
credit for it.
he's done his relationship and now he's got him at a footy club.
He
Oh,
does.
I'd like to
Totally
take credit for Lloyd Meek Hawthorn.
Yes.
That was a May 2nd text message to Sam Mitchell.
Yeah, okay.
But the only thing that happened was David Hale works at Hawthorn, who coached Lloyd Meek for years.
That's probably it.
So they're onto him, I
Yeah,
think.
The
happens
ruck
to
coach.
also have been a ruckman and just But
So Ruckman, I had a beer with Max Bailey yesterday. Remember Max Bailey?
Yeah.
3 ACLs.
Yeah.
He's 2000. He played 2008, didn't he?
No, 13.
Oh, 13.
Yeah.
that's good. So
I was Renoff. 2008.
Ran off. Yeah, there's rotating big guys.
Well, we're going to talk about ruckman in one of my points.
All right, so we'll leave that. You couldn't make the pod last week. Bit flat out.
I had the kids, yes.
Yeah, had a lot of meetings.
No, I know you were going to do this.
Yeah.
This is my timeline.
Right.
I knew you were
hold
going
on
to
a
do
minute.
this.
So just for those
So
listening,
I knew you were going to go. All right, you go, and then I'll.
a lot of golf.
Yeah.
A lot of golf with
And
the
also-
great Selby Steer being played on
Selby Lee
Thursday.
Steer saying this morning.
Yes.
Yeah,
Made
this
it dinner
morning.
This morning.
Yes,
Right?
yes. No, can I give you my timeline?
Hold on. The clarity. Last week we were told by Zave, flat out,
Big boss.
lots of meetings, big
Yep.
boss, can't make the pod. Sorry, guys.
No,
And we're like,
okay.
okay, we'll accept that. He's got a lot on.
So now can I give you my rebuttal? Because I knew you were going to do
Yeah, it
this.
was about 20 minutes after we finished where Selby posted with
About how
Jay
great the
about-
golf. Hole in one for
Hole in one.
Selbs.
So this is my producer. So I was in a meeting,
Okay.
and my main producer with my big boss was
This is
going
on Wednesday, the day
Yeah.
before.
on.
Thursday.
No, the day. What
Okay,
day
the day
did you
off,
podcast?
Thursday. We were ready
Thursday.
to go. Yep.
So this is Thursday, and
Yeah.
I was still in the meeting. What time did you guys kick off?
11, wasn't it?
11.
So I'm still in the meeting at 10:35, and I'm giving him. I've got to play 5 holes of golf. Can you hurry this round up?
Sure.
So I got out of there at about 11,
Right.
and I had to pick the kids up at 12 in Mount Claremont. So we
You
played
squeezed 5 holes of golf
5 holes
between 11 and
at
12.
Royal Claremont and a beer.
Royal Clement.
That's it. That's on my kid's heart.
Oh,
That is on my kid's life.
Okay. Can somebody at home try this? So where
Well,
were
Mate,
you?
I can get around Royal Claremont.
You were at Subi? So
Yep.
you left Subi at 11.
Maybe 10:54 or something like
So
that.
10:54,
Yeah.
you leave Subiaco. You get to
Yep.
Royal Perth Golf
No,
Club.
Royal Claremont.
Royal Claremont.
The par
It's not
3.
called Royal
Okay, so
Claremont.
It's not called
just
Royal
Claremont.
Claremont. Shut up. We call it Royal Claremont. It's a
So
joke.
what's that, about 5-minute drive?
Oh, 10?
Probably.
Yeah.
10?
Yeah.
By the time you get in,
Yep.
you know, you say g'day to Selbs. It's another
No,
10
straight
minutes.
in. Straight in. One of us
It's not a
pays, one of us
big-
doesn't.
Yeah, but you're not like teeing off within 30 seconds. Like,
Oh,
there's
pretty
a,
much.
There's a process there.
Oh,
you gotta
it's
get
a
your
pretty
clubs
loose.
in,
No, it's a pretty. It's not a real like.
Yeah, you
big
just
golf
walk in
club.
and go bang,
Right.
yeah.
It's
and
just
then
a-
5 holes,
Yep. Par 3.
and then you're able to get from Claremont,
Mount Claremont.
Mount Claremont, to your place.
No, to pick the kids up from
From-
Mount Claremont.
Okay.
That's less
Yeah.
than 2 minutes.
From
pretty
Nick's,
tight.
where Nick lives. And
Yeah,
you know I'm telling the truth about that.
That's pretty quick around the corner.
Well, that'd be 2 minutes.
And in fairness, it's
There's
a lot.
not a lot of wiggle room
say-
here.
You
No,
get
no, there's
around.
not,
You
but-
get around the golf course a lot quicker when you get it in one.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. But you
I
know what
was
you also
gone-
could have done in that time? Recorded a podcast.
No, I couldn't have. I couldn't have.
You couldn't have done
There's
that.
no way because from here
Yeah.
to Mount Claremont
Yeah.
is about 12 or 13 minutes.
Yeah.
Am I right in saying
That's
that?
about right,
Have we
yeah.
ever done podcasts over the phone? Have I not
you
been
don't
in a
want that. No, you're
Queensland
filming.
hub
You're
recording?
you're filming, mate.
It doesn't stand up.
No, Nick thinks it
Doesn't
does.
stand up.
I had like a 30-minute window. I'm telling you right now.
All right.
I've got around Royal Claremont in 41 minutes with Selbs.
Yep.
It's a par 3.
Well, how long did the pod run? Oh, we ran long.
No. It
Yeah,
just goes
actually, it was
forever.
like an hour.
Yeah, it was
We
no
ran
way in the
pretty
world
long.
I could have done it. I'm telling
You
you.
get a pass on this. I do love how
I get a
people,
pass on that.
the people on Twitter
You're
just
passing?
immediately. I give them a pass. On
Yeah,
this.
no,
I'm
no.
failing. I'm
It's
failing.
also the end of the year. We're all like,
Okay, we need a
We're all a
poll.
little
We'll put
bit
up a
stressed
poll
out.
today for anybody listening.
is that a pass?
Is
or is
does
that a fail?
does Zave get a free pass or not?
And then, hang on.
And then people immediately assumed you'd quit the podcast.
Yeah, they
missed
because
one
they
episode.
know the love. And then I
He's
wrote
bringing up more evidence. This is how you know he
in a
knows he's full of shit.
family chat. And Em's mum was away in Broome, which was part of the story I
So
told
Jess
you.
with granddad.
So he had to go to work.
Oh,
So he works. So hence I had to pick him up.
It's cool.
So what do you say? Apologise.
No
that's all, I don't
chance.
think. Yeah,
Apologise.
don't think
No
an apology's needed,
chance.
but you get a pass.
No chance. I'm a sick man.
All right. So
Actually, and anyway, I don't care about you, boss.
yeah, you get one.
Oh, but he's
It's not
Yeah,
I
he's
get
right.
one. That's not a pass. It's actual
No.
fact. I couldn't do the podcast.
You get one. That's what he's meaning. You get one.
You get one.
Footy?
So this will be our
No, I'm
last
not
one of the
talking.
year. I think he's
Well,
out.
that wouldn't have changed from Thursday.
yeah,
You go play some golf.
But that
He's
was
quitting again.
unbelievable. So we were a tie, and it was whoever loses gets the beers. But we have a bet if either of us
When do
get
you have the beers?
straight after. You got a hole in one.
Oh, okay,
Hang
hold on a
There's a bit
minute.
of now. There's
How
No.
many beers did you get
Oh,
in?
how about you come? No, one skull because you hold in one, and then we left. You come with me Thursday.
Okay.
You're not playing. You're not invited to play.
Oh,
You walk.
I'm going to do the exact path.
Yeah, you can walk with us.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, we can get through that hole in 22 minutes.
Well, if he's hitting them in one, he can easily.
Yeah.
Well, actually, and I nailed a duck by accident too the hole before. That's
Killed
how
a duck.
bad. That's how bad we're hitting them. He was hitting them shit house too, and then holding one.
If the
Hit them
botulism
terribly
doesn't
and
get
still
the
got
ducks,
around quickly.
they
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They've
luckily
been
the
dying.
duck was there because it stopped it from going in the bush. Anyway, the duck was okay
All
for
right.
dinner.
So this
No
would be
ducks were harmed
the
in the
duck-
making of this
bit of
podcast.
Peking duck. They've been dying of botulism in that lake too. The ducks.
Have they?
Botulism and you hitting them with golf balls.
I said,
Just taking them out.
I said to Sal, I said, mate, this is no better place for a duck to live than on this golf course.
And then he nearly
Because
killed
there's a
him.
swimming pool there, there's the lake there,
There's plenty going on.
and then I just squared one in the head.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not that good.
So this
He-
will
the
be
duck
our
was
last
okay.
pod for the year, probably.
Yeah, I think so. Based on the start here, I reckon we're just about done.
Oh, these false accusations.
So the girls will keep going. The AFLW on through to the end of the season. There might be a couple. Geordie might swing in for a couple of drafts, but this will be us for the year. So we figured we did it last year as well, like what we're looking forward to next year based on the year that's gone, the trade period and everything.
Did we do
else.
this last year?
We
I think
did
we did.
something, didn't
Okay.
we?
Yeah, I think
Just
we
want to
did.
hold him accountable.
Still haven't made our most
the year
handsome.
before.
We haven't done the most handsome team, which would be.
Well, it's
and we didn't do
Fremantle
our
now, isn't
boys either.
It's
Maybe
Fremantle.
we'll jump in every now and then on the press.
O'Meara heading to Hawthorn makes it
He's Fremantle.
Freo. Yeah.
makes them a pretty good looking roster.
Freo
Much
and
more handsome.
Fife.
Can you imagine him and Fife, like the bicep combination? Imagine him in the gym, like just going toe to toe. Just like, not enough mirrors in there.
Oh yeah.
All
I've
right.
always said I look a bit like O'Meara.
It's very similar.
Bit like a mirror.
O'Meara. Sorry, my throat's going because I did a radio show this morning by myself.
On his own.
All right, well, Rhino, why don't you kick us off, mate? First
Okay,
one
so
you're
we
gonna
just
look
pick.
forward to next
Why'd you
year.
have to go me first? All right.
You got your list. You got a lot of.
Okay, I'll be
Write
honest.
it in red pen.
Well, there's a long story here. Do you really want me to go into it?
No,
Not
But
really.
there's a cupboard of
don't believe you.
stationery at the
Don't
West.
believe him.
Yeah.
That doesn't pan out.
There's a massive cupboard of stationery. It's free, right? It's the
It's
greatest.
42 steps from your
You
desk. to
guys
the
know,
cupboard.
right? Yeah, the producers know. You can just go in, you grab whatever you want.
Yeah.
I think that's the rule anyway. That's what I've been doing for a while. Probably going to get fired.
Yeah.
And there's great, like, heaps of pens, blue
Yeah.
pens, black pens, whatever. I always grab, 3 or 4.
Bit of everything, yeah.
Get
What
me
happens
through.
to your pens?
Yep, Barra. Barra
people
steals
steal.
my pens.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's him.
I have a note on my.
I'm assuming it's Barra.
I have a note on my desk at work that says, "I rubbed this pen on my pecker. Don't touch."
I should do that too.
do it, and I sit it there. It hasn't
But
gone
it's
missing
not.
6 months.
So this is why the only ones they leave are the red pens.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So I'm constantly writing shit in
Fair.
red pens.
No, that stands up. I agree. Same
It's
issues at work.
ridiculous. Anyway, so for a while now, I feel like one of the more boring teams in the AFL has been Port Adelaide. Is that fair? Pretty predictable. They're never really going anywhere. And maybe
reckon?
prelims. I'm not excited. I haven't been excited about them for a really
Rosie
long time.
midfield was.
Yeah, but you
Dusty
guys are more in on
Burn-Jones.
Rosie than I am in terms of watching him. I get frustrated with him.
Jonas in the back line.
Darcy
Oh,
Burn-Jones. Darcy Burn-Jones.
Hang on now.
No, he's a good player.
I love Zach
He's a good
Butters. We
player.
know that. That's the one
Yeah.
thing I like.
Yeah.
And I'm all in on Georgiades. But I feel like this version of Port Adelaide, I'm all in on watching it. I don't know
Yeah.
what it's going to be like, but I'm in for the storylines of how does Jason Horne-Francis handle all the.
Do you reckon
all
Horn
of this?
Francis will be better next year?
Nope.
Oh, geez, that was quick.
Nope.
Not at all. You're right. You're right.
The
Out.
more I watch of Jason Horne-Francis and the more I read, the more I'm concerned.
What about?
Concerned whether he has the mental side of things sorted out in terms of toughness.
Was there anything?
in terms of-
Was there anything pre-draft that would
Ah,
would have
well, he
pointed
didn't
in
get
that
Yeah, there was
direction?
Adelaide people telling me that he was going back.
He was always
going
gonna
to
go back.
No, I get that, but I knew all that. But
None
was
of
there
that
any-
other stuff. None of the refusing ice baths and being a bit, and making your own decisions and all that sort of stuff when you're the first year player.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't the NBA, mate. You're not Shaquille
I reckon I
O'Neal. Like, you're not
spoke
coming
8
in as
words
a
in my
superstar.
first year.
Yeah, there you go. And that's what I like. I'm not saying you have to shut up and say nothing, but
I think I don't know. I give him a because North Melbourne would have bigged him up. Like everything that happened beforehand. You're the guy. You're the future. You're our great white hope. Like you're going. You got a bit of like.
I guess. Does that shit fly?
You can't be humble.
It doesn't fly at
It
footy
can't be
clubs,
like,
right?
why aren't you humble at the same time as we're doing you as the poster boy everywhere around
Yeah.
town.
Yeah, I guess. You mean there's no one
But
to
I
put him
mean,
in
Bud
the line?
was
Well-
put up on the pedestal, but he was also kicking like 80 goals in his third year and 100 in his fourth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't know.
So that I'm fascinated to see how that plays out. I hope he works out, and I hope it's great.
So do I.
Yeah,
Do you
I
reckon-
think you'll be fine.
What type of player do you reckon he could be? A lot of people are like Dangerfield. I was like, I don't know if he's got the
Doesn't
power
have the
or-
size
and
and the power?
Yeah,
He's smaller than I thought he was.
like Danger, he's lightning.
Yeah,
Is Horn Francis lightning?
I wouldn't have thought so.
I don't see it, but maybe again, just a young guy that
Maybe
needs
some more time into the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Port's that place to get that. I don't know. But the other one is Rioli in
Yeah.
that team.
How many goals next year would you think?
Oh, he's not a big goal kicker. If he gets 30, that's a good year for him. But what he does is create.
Is Orazio still there?
Yeah.
No. Razio's
Fantasia,
gone, isn't he?
No, he's there.
Is he?
Yeah.
I'll have to check that. I'm not sure about that one.
Pretty sure he's there.
Yeah, have a look. I thought it was done and dusted for him. But I like him. 30 goals but it's more what he sets up and more the the creative stuff that he does.
So their forward line is
Georgiades and Marshall.
where's
And this
Charlie
was my
Dixon?
third point. The transition away from Charlie Dixon, in my opinion, has to happen now.
Yeah.
Because Georgiades is out of contract at the end of the year. I'm not saying that's why
You can't
do
pick a
things.
team on contract.
No, you can't, but you have to commit to this kid at some point. If him and Marshall are your two guys that are going
Are
forward,
they convinced by Georgiades?
they have to be. Are you?
Yeah. He'll be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to the level
gonna
you're
cost
yearing.
It's going to cost a lot to keep him
Well, what do you think?
financially. 700.
But what's 700? I'm going to talk about forwards as well as one of my points, but 700. That's overs on the output he's giving.
Yeah, Fantasy
Absolutely, but you're not paying for now.
No,
you're
no,
paying.
no.
You're
Fantasy
projecting.
is still there.
Is
Yeah.
he? Yeah, right. So the transition away from Dixon and Bope to a degree as well. Like if you're saying Rosie, Butters, and
Well, the
Horn
midfield
Francis
needs
is
to
your midfield
be-
of the future.
Their centre bounce needs to be something along the lines of first centre bounce.
Wines has to be in there.
Wines, Horn Francis,
Yeah,
Rosie, and Butters rotating with Rosie, or however you
yeah.
finagle that.
So you're saying with Horn Francis straight in the middle.
Has to be. What's the point of
We got you. We paid a lot for you. We think you're gonna be a star.
Ollie will bloody do all the protecting and body work, and you play
Yep.
with Freer and all that sort of stuff. But he has to.
Yep. I
Mate,
tend to
coming
agree.
through, he spent a fair bit of time in the forward line too.
Yeah, but that's
was
just
it
because
South
he's a
Adelaide or whatever?
16-year-old boy.
Yeah, but he's doing all right there. Like,
No, he
if
was, but
doing that road-
he's a midfielder.
Yeah.
You're not.
yeah, he's gotta
Otherwise,
be
then we're going to do the same thing we did with Rosie and Butters for 5 years,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's true.
and Callum Mills, and just put him in the midfield. He'll work it out.
Okay, so that's it. I really want to see what Port looks like. I'm fascinated by them.
Like it.
Yep.
Okay. Straight in, or we got any sirens?
No, it's just
Straight, just free flowing. I like
Siren
it.
free
free.
flowing.
Free
yeah.
flow. All right, this year coming fourth,
It's like a big
I reckon
collar.
it's the big moment in time for ruckman. You've now got two sides that have two guns:
Yep.
Gorn, Grundy, Darcy, Jackson,
New age.
and it's going to be against the battlers:
Yep.
Hickey,
Yep.
Stanley, Darcy Cameron.
Yep.
I reckon at the end of the year we're going to go, why is anybody putting money into ruckman? Or, gee whiz, look
okay.
at the difference between
Really
having
good
this
ruck, yeah.
domination in the ruck.
So you're right. It's gone to the extreme levels. And last week I think we were talking about when has it worked to high-end
high-end rugby.
stars. And the only one that we could really come up with was
Cox and
Natanui
Natanui.
making the All-Australian team in the same year.
But was that a bit?
I can't remember. It was so long. It was
I
2015, wasn't it?
don't think it. No, it was.
You were on that?
earlier than
was
that,
the
way earlier than
Was
that.
it 2015?
No,
13?
no, no, no,
2012 or something.
12.
12, 13. It's
Yeah.
a long time ago now.
Even early,
Dan
even
Cox
no, it would have been
was out.
Oh,
earlier.
yeah,
nearly.
of course. Yeah, of course. It would have to
Because
be.
we Hawthorn and Sydney were the best team that
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, so maybe there was just a lack of
I think it
really
was
strong.
a little bit of like the story of the 1-2 punch as well.
Yeah.
Don't want to discredit all Australians, but
No. I know what you
think
mean, though. It might not have been like they were the two best ruckmen in the AFL.
it was the
yeah,
collection
it
of
was
what
a
they'd done. Might have been
combination.
2010 when they made the prelim.
That could be
2010,
it.
2011.
That could be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was no earlier than 2010.
Yeah. It's
Right-
so
righto.
you're throwing.
I remember it
Thanks,
happening
Swampy.
here, and I got to.
Yeah,
So what you're excited about is seeing where we land on
because I love
rucks.
the battlers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I'm
you
a
have also
big-
been a big believer you don't overpay ruckman and
Oh,
Yeah,
and
you
that
might as well. If you don't have
And
it
I reckon
high end,
now-
you might as well have any.
you've got. We'll start with Jackson and Darcy.
Yep.
I'm a Darcy man, unashamedly.
Yeah.
He can not do any less than 75% of a game.
Darcy.
So how's that going to work? Then you
Yeah.
have Gorn, who's the best ruckman in the comp, can't kick.
Yeah.
Not can't kick. Not a.
In front of
If he's
goal.
got a set shot, you're not sitting there going,
Bank it.
You're
Yeah.
thinking. And then can Grundy play forward? And if he can't play forward, then
really.
what are you doing?
Yeah, I can't understand that one. I can get the Darcy Jackson one. In all the conversations I've had about Jackson, it's about him being this hybrid player that they think he can be.
A midfielder.
Whether or not he can be there, a midfielder, a forward,
Wherever
a
they
ruck,
kind of see
like
him.
all of these things, you're just an impact guy. We're going to use you everywhere.
What's he like running wise?
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, he's power, like real burst off the mark.
Yeah,
and
no,
I
but
reckon
like-
he can run all day. Yeah, I'd say that. But what I'm saying is they have a plan. What I can't understand is what the plan is for Melbourne with those two guys.
Yeah.
Because they're lone ruckman. Like
Yeah.
that's what they do.
Well, that's what Darcy is,
it's
though.
like having but it's like having two Darcys.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So whereas Jackson's different to those other
Yeah.
guys, where
It's
they
a-
think he can be something else.
It's a big roll of the dice, and like you can see a world where they get 3 rounds in, and they're just like, oh, we were wrong.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't work.
Or
What do we do?
we had
Genius.
Yeah, or
Oliver
the
and
other way.
Petrarca who were going to win the Brownlow because
Yep.
this is just an absolute
Yeah,
domination.
when the second ruck comes on for the other
a
team, we
murdering.
bring in Max Gawn
Yeah.
to take on,
They said,
So who
Reid,
starts?
Sam Reid for Sydney
Who
going up
starts
against
first
Max.
centre bounce?
Well, I think it's going to be
Max.
Grundy, right?
You
is it
reckon?
going to be Grundy?
I think so because you're making Max will do that as the captain, right? He'll be like, "No, I want the new guy to have his time."
But
and
that's
we're
the
set
worst
tone."
thing for Melbourne. He did that with Jackson.
So Grundy's your forward.
Well, don't know.
You send them both to a stoppage around the ground and like they put their hand up at the last second.
Can you
to
imagine if
declare
you
who
didn't
the
have to
ruckman
nominate?
is? Yeah.
And they were just like,
No, I think
Grundy.
I think Max though bodies the other ruckman and then Grundy nominates and then
Yeah.
they've got to get around.
It's
Could
all
be
happening.
greatest third man up ever. Imagine third man up. That was
So there you go.
Third
Yeah,
man's up.
yeah.
Max Gawn's just.
So
Yeah.
who
Doesn't
do
have
you
to
think's
jump.
going to win at the end of the year? Will it be the Battlers or you think the double shotgun?
I feel like I lean towards the Battlers at the moment.
Yeah.
I still don't know how it's going to work.
Well,
but
it depends how you're grading it because I feel like the two teams with the double rucks are going to be
good
top
teams
four
anyway.
teams. So if they don't reach that, if their teams fail,
So you're
it
in
could be
Freo
down.
top four.
I think it's a progression thing. If you look at it, they win a final, they're a top six team.
Who's kicking their goals?
That's the problem. That's
Jai
the big problem.
Amos.
A lot of their season's going to depend on Matt Taberner, and his body is not reliable. So it's going to have to be a combination of Amos, Taberner, Jackson,
Darcy.
to a degree. Yeah, that sort of Fife's going to have to kick some goals. That's the big problem for them. But everything else, I think, is great.
That's an issue.
Backline's great, midfield's great, double ruck. I
So I
like.
reckon the midfield's great. I'm not going
I
Well,
think if
it's-
you're
yeah,
putting,
pretty close now.
you got if Fife is back to 70%
great. So
of Fife,
Fife's one that
let's give
you
him
forget about.
70%.
No,
Right?
he
he's
needs to be
he's
more
not
than
going to be 100 again.
we need to be more than 70.
But 100 is the best player in the game.
We saw 70 this year.
No, we saw about 40, I reckon. So
Yeah,
if
we-
100's
yeah.
the best player in the game,
We saw
Yeah.
one game
Let's-
near 70 and that was it.
well, let's give him 75,
Right.
right? And then you've got Sarong another year, Brayshaw another year, Brody another year. These are all young guys.
Brody play.
Yeah, Brody plays. If we're going to 5 on the bench, Brody plays. If we think that's what's happening, which I think we do.
Jager's in there.
And then you got Jager.
How was it? You
bit
watched
of
a lot.
size.
Well, you watched a lot of everyone, but Hawthorn, like, how was he this year? I can't really remember.
So
Like,
Freo mate was like, "This is shit. Why would we do this? He's shit." And I was like, "He had 30 possessions, 9 clearances, kicked a goal against Freo against
Yeah,
Freo
yeah.
in like round 14."
Yeah.
he goes all right.
It's hard to judge his season.
It was kind of
Right.
roll.
Yeah.
He was getting shifted out.
Tom
of roles.
Mitchell, for example, I'll back to win the Brownlow this year.
Yeah.
We'll get to Tom in a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll throw up like the big fish. You got a couple of good extra players in over the trade period. You'll get another one in the draft, which is Brisbane. Like I want to see if this is like legitimately sort of flag rolling time. So
Haven't we said flag rolling though like last 5 years?
Brisbane?
Yeah.
yeah, then they was but so Ashcroft
Yeah.
probably come in as the number one pick.
So you're going to be better than Dacos?
I think
Like,
much-
at the same
muchness.
stage now?
They're saying that that's what he is.
Is that
He's
they're
that
saying?
level of player. But
Yeah.
I haven't seen enough to say
Yeah,
that.
it's a I mean, he's very every level they put
It's
him
pretty
in. He
exciting.
starred.
Either way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he'll go in through that midfield rotation, and he's a bit more. I don't know. He's not like explosive in a Rayner Bailey sense, but he's more explosive than a lot of what Brisbane have got running through the middle at
Yeah.
the moment. So now at every stoppage, you've got someone who can like burst away really easily.
First year player though. I mean, he's not going to do it easily.
But he's
No,
surrounded
Yeah.
by good players.
But he's
so-
surrounded. But yeah, it's easy to be like he's next to Lockie. He's
But
not
I
a
mean,
Jason
we
Francis
rated-
at North Melbourne. Where
But we just
like,
spoke about Horn Francis and we were saying that he was going to do that.
But no
year one.
support.
Yeah,
if
you
Horn
want
Francis
support
was
around
playing with Lockie Neal and
They're not
Josh
worried.
Dunkley and
Yeah.
Hugh McCluggage,
like who else are they going to?
Hugh McCluggage got to go on the wing.
well, he has to.
I don't
now.
want to see any more Hugh McCluggage.
Well, and
in-
he's not going to fit now.
He's
if
the
you got
best
Dunkley
wingman in the
going through
game.
there
Yeah,
as well.
just be good at that.
He's the
But
best in the game.
Dunkley's like basically a Lions upgrade.
What are they going to do with Jared Lyons?
I'd say
Well,
he's
it's
probably not going
writing
to be
on the
playing.
wall
2 years left.
Yeah, it's long.
and win a VFL premiership. Gunston comes in. He's a more older but more talented McStay.
Hey.
Don't be throwing that
Yeah,
around.
more talented than McStay, I'll take that. And more talented than Hitwood and those guys. He's more talented than Joe Danaher.
More natural talent. Yeah. But
But he's
getting
not
older-
the same
getting
player.
No, but
We're not
Back
getting-
end of the year
We're not
it
getting
was.
prime
Oh.
Jack Gunston.
what did he kick this year?
Back end of the year, he
Wouldn't
kicked a
have
couple
been
of 4 and 5s.
Yeah.
Didn't he? Like,
I
Yeah.
like the addition, but I'm just saying it's not prime Jack Gunston.
and Hipwood second year back from an ACL, so he did more than we expected this
Expect him to be better.
year. And that fight, which was there was one final where he just
Yeah,
dominated.
he looked great.
Yeah.
He got better as the year went on.
Mate, Gunston's finished to the year. 5-1, 5-2, 4.
5-1, 5-2,
and then
4.
4 straight.
He would have had a 50-goal year if
Yeah.
he played the whole year.
Yeah, it's great.
He might have a 50 goal year here.
I feel like Brisbane is entering the same. I think we talked about this on Thursday. about the Geelong mode of let's just keep stacking the team year after year after year, and eventually we'll get
It'll
through.
click.
Richmond's doing it, Sydney's doing it, right from Brisbane's doing it, and I reckon we're like, oh yeah, adding Josh Dunkley to the mix. This could be the year it all comes together.
What do you expect from Dunkley?
30 and 1.
Same player.
Yeah.
Yep. I think the midfield is the Dogs' midfield is stacked, but so is the Lions' midfield. So he can easily still get the same numbers.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if he didn't.
But there's no one there pushing him out like there was at the Dogs. They're like, oh, we need to throw this guy in the middle and see what happens. Like he should just be that midfielder.
I would have thought, yeah. But he can also have an impact up forward when he goes up there. He's one of those rare midfielders who can go take a grab.
So they probably go, and particularly what they did this year in the finals, it seems like they've figured it out a little bit. Like they're not as scared anymore in September.
Yeah, well,
So
all they're doing is
those guys
adding
in-
Josh Dunkley, right? I mean, what are they losing apart from McStay?
Mitch Robinson.
Mitch Robinson is the guy who gets squeezed out.
Barry
Lions get
went to
squeezed
Gold
out.
Coast.
Tom
The
Berry.
other Barry.
The other Berry.
The other Barry. So all we're doing is adding a really high-end midfielder, and Jack Gunston replaces anything
And
that
the
McStay
highest
was doing.
rated young midfielder in the
I'm going to go
And the
out.
kid.
So minus get rid of Ashcroft from the conversation,
Yeah.
from what I'm going to say, because he's going to be a superstar. Jack Gunston will be the pickup of the year for them. His output will be bigger and better than all the others.
There's
And
a-
it's an important spot too.
And
They're
he
gonna
can
have
kick
to-
straight. Hipwood can't. He's not a very good kick. Not a straight.
No,
not
the
an
best, no.
arrow.
Danaher's not the best.
Danaher's wayward.
Yeah.
They got small forwards who rely
Charlie's
on.
good.
Yeah, but I mean, even like Charlie, sometimes shooting from the boundary line.
Yeah,
like doesn't get easy
Yeah.
shots. Charlie's a beautiful kick, but like in terms of Gunston, might kick 4 straight one game in a
Big
final.
question. What's his song? What's Gunston's song going to be? Yeah, Brisbane, they've all got a song.
Oh, yeah.
What's his? Do you know?
What's his style? Maybe
yeah.
not the song, but what is he into?
Hard rave like doof doof.
Oh.
Hard.
Bit of
That'd be
sandstorm.
fascinating.
He's going to have sandstorm.
Handouts.
No. That's like
Oh, really? That's
baby stuff.
really. He's
Hand
like,
out some like wristbands and like.
So he's
you know,
like wearing like
back of a
fudgy
paddock,
turn the
pants.
lights off.
back of a paddock. Be there for 3 days.
Wow.
I'm just talking utter shit. It's probably like Pearl
It's
Jam or
legitimate, yeah.
Coldplay or something like that. I would have
You've
thought.
got to be more lifting than yellow
Yeah,
or
you
something.
gotta have
like
something
that.
going
Imagine
on.
Have
that.
you been to Coldplay?
Yeah, not like not
No,
for a pub
you're not
run.
going to pump out "Fix You" after you
Do you reckon there's a-
mid-game.
Do you reckon there's a rule like when they go to the song and they're like, oh, I really like, Fix
Say,
You,
nah,
and they're
that's
like,
me.
no, mate, there's a list.
So
here
what would
can
you
choose
go?
from. It's a good question.
I was
We have to come
listening.
back-
I was
we'll have to
listening to
come back
my song before driving here. I reckon it could be me. Silverchair, Anthem of 2000 or whatever that.
Oh,
name is.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Now
good
that's
song.
a song.
Yeah.
I haven't
I
heard
was-
that. What was that on? I haven't heard that in ages.
No, I just came on me
On your
little Spotify, mate. It was just sitting there loaded in the gun, and I just hit play and maybe an Anna's song. And Silverchair.
Couldn't play that bit though.
No, I love Silverchair.
You have to wait till he gets
Yeah,
right in
this
there.
is good.
Yeah.
That's the
There you go.
song.
There you go. Side
Yeah,
note,
right.
Silverchair's good.
There you go.
This is a much too hard
What
question.
were we talking
much too
about?
hard a question for me, that one.
What's that?
I'd
Yeah.
have to go, but I'd have to.
You'd have some, because you're from the desert, you'd have some sort of real country
Be
song.
redneck.
Nah, I
Full
don't
redneck.
know. It's too much.
Some
I do
Keith
love a bit
Urban
of
song.
You're
It'd be
not from the
Keith
It's a
Urban.
big question for
Don't
me.
fall into you're from the country. You're from like
Mate.
50 k's from the city.
Yeah.
That's not the
I
country.
also
From the
grew up in
outback.
Rockhampton. That's a bit further.
Mate, you're like
north.
Joondalup sort of stuff.
From the
That's
outback.
not Joondalup. Mate, we got a horse and cart festival. Our own one.
Yeah,
right?
I remember we
It's
went
a- it's a
home and
rural
the
town.
cup was on, the Beaudesert Cup was on, he didn't go.
That's right.
Just shows that he's pretty unpopular back
I
home.
would have thought.
Couldn't find an
Everyone's
invite.
left.
Or maybe he's just too big. He
Yeah.
can't go because he
Yeah,
just
I
gets
can't- I'll
swamped
get
all day.
mobbed, you know? I'll get mobbed. Yeah, what do we got? I was
Oh,
just
it's back to
that's
me?
wrapped up
Yeah.
Brisbane,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do we think Brisbane can win the flag?
Yes.
We do, right?
They're probably
We're
my
in the
favourite.
conversation. Okay, my other one.
I'd say they're my favourite.
Now, I don't. Everyone has to make controversial calls on podcasts. We do it all the time. But I just read something before we came in here.
Oh, no.
It was like an SEN post, and it was like, "Is Tom Mitchell in the Pies' best 22?"
Oh, what?
And it was like,
Yes.
I clicked on it because great clickbait. Well
Yeah.
done, SEN. But Adam Cooney was saying he doesn't think that Tom Mitchell's in the best 22.
Brownlow hating on Brownlow.
Floored me.
Yeah,
Floored
God.
me. No disrespect to Adam Cooney, but that is a terrible take.
Yeah,
Isn't
I
it?
agree with that. I agree with
Like, I can't wait to see the bounce back from Tom Mitchell.
that. Yeah, agree.
Held back this year, didn't complain.
No.
Never uttered a word of disrespect to Sam Mitchell or the young guys. Just did his job, said all the right things.
He's going to a midfield, he's going to be their best midfielder.
He is, right? He's exactly what they need. I know everyone's like, Taylor Adams. I'm like,
Oh, no way is Taylor Adams anywhere near Tom
no,
Mitchell.
Tom Mitchell's a far better player than
And
Taylor
I'm big
Adams.
on everyone's like, Dacos in the midfield. I'm like, just
Just leave him
there's
there.
something
he's doing
about
well.
just leaving him alone
Yeah.
and being a star.
Yeah, this guy did this thing amazingly well.
Yeah.
Let's get him to do something else.
Yeah.
Change it.
What about
You're a
amazingly...
heart surgeon. Now I'm going to try and make you a
Yeah,
brain surgeon.
he's
Like,
the-
mate, just be a heart
The
surgeon.
best first-year heart surgeon we've ever
Oh.
seen. How about brains?
No,
Yeah.
So like the crisper.
Where's the money?
Yeah.
I'm going to back Tom Mitchell for the Brownlow, 50-1.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because I can just see him being a stats pig again.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Collingwood being pretty good again.
And they need someone
Yep.
to get
They let him
35s.
be that.
Yep.
Yeah, Crisp, as good as he is, he was an inconsistency up and down season. So he's like not the person you're making your 1A.
I mean, did they have anyone who was like
Well,
consistently top level?
Bruzzy,
Maynard
Maynard was
they had
Australian,
Australian.
he was.
but that was neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Like
They were
I
very
love
much a collection
Yeah.
rather than a...
him. Which was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think Tom Mitchell will easily be their most pole-getting player next year. in the
Yeah, I think
Brownlow.
so too.
Saw a couple of like next year's best 22 things. Who left Ash Johnson out for other teams? You're telling me the person who came in who then forced all these other people out
Forced
because
Ollie
he was
Henry
so
out.
good.
Well, the
Yeah.
problem with those
He's gonna
best
get dropped.
22s thing is you're doing everything on everybody being 100% healthy,
Yeah.
which is never the case.
Yeah.
So you look at it, you go, I can't fit another high-marking forward, which you need to win
Yeah.
games of footy. Like you need Ash Johnson, you need attacking options. Anyway,
And that's it. And Bobby Hill's just had a year off and had like testicle cancer.
yeah,
Like,
it's really
Well, it's
severe.
all-
so he's going to take a bit of time to get going.
It's all about the pre-season for so many of those players that haven't played a lot of footy.
Yeah.
Mm.
They either go up 20% because of the ability to train and get work into them, or it's broken
take
down,
time,
injured,
yeah.
and it's going to be a tough year.
All right, that's me.
Yeah. All right. So forwards, key forwards, 60 goals and above. Small forwards, 50 goals and above. You're the elite players, and I don't want to talk about any other forward ever again. If I have to have one more conversation about Roy Lobb's 32 goals,
36.
I'll spew on the mic.
36.
36.
Forgot 4 of them.
Here he comes.
Is that a fair comment? I looked at the list.
Yeah, who kicked 60 this year? Tell me.
Cameron,
Charlie.
Curnow,
So
Hawke,
Charlie or Jeremy?
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Jeremy. Charlie's kicked over 50, so he's
Okay.
a small
All right. So Jeremy kicked
forward.
60 plus.
Kerno.
Let me get him up again.
Charlie,
I did just get out of him to see.
Tom Hawkins.
Here we go. It was Hawkins, Cameron, Curnow, Lynch.
Yep.
Bang.
60
They're
plus.
your
That's
keys.
it. Yep.
They're the only ones I'm talking about.
Yep.
Then we go down and we've got the Fritcher,
Fritch kicked 50 again.
55. Didn't get all Australian.
That was under the radar.
Didn't get all Australian.
Feels like it was under the radar.
Yeah.
Please, he should have been Australian. That was outrageous.
He's another Fritch.
Charlie, Stengel,
Single kick 60.
Yeah, he
and
did, I
Isaac
remember, yeah.
Heaney on
Is
49.
was that 50 home and away or 50?
No, I've got
included the
leniency. I've
finals,
got
yeah.
leniency.
Okay. Who was the other one, sorry?
Stengel
Yep.
and Heaney of 49 was the only other one that was could have been. But
49.
like, so the blokes like who can't be bothered dealing, like the Kings and stuff like that. It's 2.5 goals a
Get
game.
better.
But aren't they?
It's 2.5 goals a game. Why do I spend 4 hours podcasting pre-season about these players that are keys?
What about Chol? Well, two phones.
Oh, two
Chol
phones.
kick.
We've got the love for two phones.
Yeah. He gets a special dispensation.
But is that a fair cut-off? I was just looking at it. 60 is your star.
That's elite.
That's what I'm
60's
saying. But we
elite.
talked about forwards and key forwards
Yeah.
endlessly for 50
Yeah.
goals. Endlessly.
I think anything under 50 is absolutely wipe it off.
Only
Right.
under
You're
50.
not good
Okay.
enough, yeah.
So you reckon 50?
Because you're including finals and stuff there too. So
Okay.
like, you've got to have a bit of leniency. Because
So-
he
What
could
are
be a
the
really
keys?
good. Like, what did Max King get this
well,
year?
like, so I just Joe Danaher's name pops up.
What do you
39.
Yeah, see,
Nick Larkey, 38.
Yeah, see, that's not okay for me. Lob 36, nah. Like you need to get 40, minimum 40 as like a pass, and 50 is like you had a great year.
I think 50 is a pass for a forward. For a key forward earning the big bucks.
What did Max King get? Is that on there?
Max King kicked 52.
Yeah, in how many games?
The lot.
He played every game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
18, 22.
Okay, so he gets. Yeah, okay, I think that's a fair
But
line.
there's some too.
Yeah.
Like,
50 and above.
Yep. He's a pass.
Is, yeah, 60.
Good season.
Would you say King was outstanding this year? Would you
No,
say pass?
no,
It's
just a pass.
Yeah, right.
So
okay.
60
50's
is
a
like
pass,
elite.
60's
50 is like, yeah, okay, you did your job.
Right, okay. Well,
Anything under than that.
That's the
we're not-
rule.
Under that, we're not talking about.
So next year when we're sitting down going through forwards and stuff,
yeah.
if they're not over the threshold,
You don't want to talk
we're
about
not
him.
talking about
What
him.
about like a Larky
Okay.
where he could have, if he
But what
wasn't
if
in
we
the
wanted
worst
to-
team
You're
in the
talking
league?
about a player who didn't kick 50. I
What if
can't
we
hear
want to talk about him that they're not doing enough?
you. Well, if you want a sledgehammer, I'll take that.
All right, so that's done.
Yeah, good.
Do we have other? So there was only like 5 small forwards and
Yeah, that's all we need.
yeah.
What
all
are you
we need.
excited about there? That sounds like you're really
No, they'll put
angry
the
about
pressure on the forwards.
right. You're
You're
excited.
excited
for
to
the
see
pressure
how many
to
can
be-
topple into the
okay.
Lighting a
threshold.
fire
Gotcha.
under them.
Yeah.
You're going to be
Yeah.
playing this
Yeah.
day one of pre-season.
Absolutely. No, and I'm telling you, fall short with 44 and earning 800,000.
You're out.
You'll
You're
hear
not going
about
to talk about Ben King here, are you?
I'm not going to talk about Ben King.
it. No, he's rubbed it out
I think
now.
you reckon they should take like 10K off their contract for every goal under 50?
I like that.
So it's 45, you
20.
lose 50,000. Oh,
20.
so you're 100K.
20.
Yeah, okay. Let's try and get this. I think AFLPA would go for this.
Yeah.
I am excited to see Ben King with
I
John.
am excited, yeah.
I
Ben
do-
King.
With 2 phones.
It'll take him a year.
with 2 fights.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
they
not going to
have
be
another-
great next year. If he kicks 40, it'd be a win. But
next year's the one. I've just read about that kid. You know, we were talking about, everyone was talking about Gold Coast having an academy.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually like it's a young key forward who's been
Is it?
dominating, who's a Gold Coast Academy kid next year. So you throw those 3.
maybe
The,
by the
but the
time
academy picks will be taken by them, won't they?
No, they
Academy's
Gold Coast
different.
get their academy ones.
yeah, Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gold Coast and Sydney. It's
Why
the,
can't we just put every player in a pool and you just pick the best ones you want?
well, that would make a lot of sense. Yeah, but it's all theirs is a
flustered.
straight academy. All the NGA academies, the next gen ones, you can't bid until 40 or whatever it is.
We've seen list managers have enough trouble with like giving out contracts that make sense.
Yeah, that's very
They
true.
don't need any more
So
complications.
there is an argument too for just stripping it all out. So father, sons, everything. You're just in the pool.
Yeah, I like father sons.
Nah, keep the father son.
Yeah, but
There
then
is
all
something-
the other clubs
That's
who
romantic,
don't have
yeah.
father sons
Well, get more babies. I don't know. Like,
have more babies.
dude,
I have
get,
magic.
Get into it.
I don't think I'm going to have another baby, actually. I'm gonna have
You're gonna have another one?
No, I wish. I think the line's been put through me.
Oh, really? Two's enough.
You want more though.
Yeah,
How many you want?
more.
Just more.
If you could have 3 more, would you?
Nah. If I was rich,
Yeah.
2 more.
So, but you'd say 2 more then.
I'm at the stage I'm selling one of my kids, not bloody creating them.
All
well,
right,
if
Nick,
you have 4 of them, then you're still left with 3, so you get more options.
bring us home, Skip. Bring us home.
So the one which it's a team that we talk a lot about, GWS.
Oh, okay.
So
it
the
the same as
interesting
my
thing,
one?
I just want to know, like, it's a watch and act because hopefully they know what they are now. Like, you tuned in
Well, what
so
are
many
they?
times this year and you had no idea. But if they go in, so they've got these 5 picks under 18, are they still
They're
trying
full
to have a crack?
restarting.
or
No,
are they
that's
full
a full. It has to
restarting?
be a full restart.
But it's whether they.
Why would they
know
trade
that
for number
yet.
1? No, they know that now, surely.
So what do you do then with, Cornelio, Toby? Do you take them to the table
How old are
later
they?
on?
Toby's 30.
Is Toby 30?
I reckon he is. Yeah.
How old? Yeah, are they maybe
Cornelio
hoping?
would be
The only
hoping
thing of
30.
maybe they're hoping for those top end talent,
Come through
a
quickly.
Shane Crawford type, a Joel
Toby's-
Selwood
Toby's
type. Not-
29.
Joel Selwood's not a good, but like maybe just ride 3 years of a little bit of pain with growth.
Yeah,
And then
they'll
maybe
go
the
again
4th year, there might be prime pickings.
with some of the guys. that
But also, they've
got
had their
around.
opportunities. I don't feel sorry for them. But
No, there've been a lot of
they've had
prelims, like-
opportunities to get it done.
They played finals a lot.
Yeah.
They made a grand final. That's why sometimes, it's easy to forget. But it's also what's really disappointing for them because they came through like 4 or 5 years of success and they didn't get any extra supporters.
No, nothing.
How jarring is it going to be when, like, because just check the ages then. So Toby's 29, Cornelio will be 29 in December, and Whitfield will be 29 middle of next year. How jarring is it going to be when, like, Lockie Whitfield retires?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's never-
like,
they
it
never
feels like
figured
he's
it out.
always going to be 20, right?
Yeah, he still looks like he's.
He does.
No, actually, this year I reckon he looked like he slowed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
like-
shame, like, because like the expectations on this guy were.
There's a few of them
He's had a
around,
really
like-
solid career. Like, it's not
Yeah.
Yeah.
awful, but has he been
It
all
could-
Australian?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Once?
Yeah, maybe twice.
Maybe a couple. Let me get that up.
But you still think about him as wait till he really pops. And
He's
then
in
it's gonna
that-
be like,
yeah,
he's
the
retired.
famous
Is he
one
going
was-
to be the best player in the comp sort of person?
No, yeah, he's
Yeah.
not. The famous
then-
one was Hamish Hartlett. I kept waiting for Hamish Hartlett to be a star.
He's
Then,
done.
then they announced his retirement. I went,
The only thing about
Hey?
Hamish Hartlett, he was really injured a lot of the time.
he was
He
very,
was.
yeah. And so has Whitfield been. That's the thing, right? He's had a pretty bad run with injuries.
One-time All-Australian, 2018.
Right.
Two-time best and fairest winner, 18-20. What's the Lark
Who best
medal
and
again?
fairest?
Oh, the under 18.
Under
Under
18s.
18s. Did he win the Lark medal?
Yep, 2012.
Man, there's been a lot of recent Lark medals haven't been like the best players, or like people you weren't assuming would
No,
go
they're
on to
ball
win.
winners.
Yeah,
They're
there's just a
winners
lot of like
usually, yeah.
Kids
Devin
are getting
Robertson's like
45s.
Yeah.
solid units.
Then don't get drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, slid to that.
Mm.
Devin Robinson was the one who slid to one of the ones who went to that first night of the draft and then didn't get picked.
So-
Sat overnight.
So are you excited for the Giants?
Not okay. It's more
because I
like
kind of am.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I want Tom Green's season.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
Finn Callahan in there.
Yeah.
You know, less is more.
But is
kind
that
of
going to
thing.
happen?
I don't know. I hope
Or
so.
are we going to see Shane Mumford in the ruck?
Well, new coach helps.
Cornelio in the
Having
midfield.
a new coach helps because
Yeah.
he's not trying
You're surprised I heard Toby Green talk and he hadn't met him.
still.
The new coach.
A
That's
5-minute chat or something. I was like, what?
That doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
If I'm not saying Adam Kingsley's
I
doing his
think-
job
I
wrong, but
think-
if I'm Adam Kingsley, the first thing I'm doing is I'm getting on a plane,
Yeah.
straight up there,
Talking to
going
Toby.
to see Toby, going to see
Yeah.
Stephen Cornelio.
I'm pretty sure it was on JB and Billy, I reckon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There was I actually heard an interesting. There was a question. I think Will Schofield was on 6PR. Asked Peter Bell like, how does it go with all the because there's rules. You're not allowed to contact them at this time of the year, like players.
Oh, yeah.
So he said, how does
Oh,
it
no,
go with
yeah,
that?
that's
When you
true.
trade people in, how does that go? Like, and he's like, oh, well, that's a good question. Like, thankfully, like the guys we traded in are happy to come in and
Yeah.
have a chat,
Yeah.
but they could just rock up on day one of preseason. We've never met.
Well,
them before.
like the blokes that just footy for 22 weeks and done
Yeah.
could easily. I used to go into the footy club for two things: you're seen doing your work, and all the work's there to be done. Like,
Yeah.
it's just easy.
So you would go in the off season
always.
anyway, because the
Yeah.
gym was there. You could use everything there.
Yeah.
Blokes would be there, talk some shit.
Yep.
But there'd be people who just wouldn't want to go near
Nah,
it.
people was like, I'll see you.
I'll
I'll see you when
buy
I
a
see you.
Revo membership. Like,
Yeah.
I'll go down the road.
100%, yeah.
But yeah, it's more like I want to see what happens here. Like they're going to get a lot of kids in, whether they play them all quickly. The number
They
one
all
pick,
have to play.
If
all
they
of
pick
them.
that Cadman is an interesting one because key forward, young key forwards
Takes time.
Is he a Jeremy Cameron type, they were saying?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But it's-
No, they all play. All
They
of
all
them.
play.
Every single one.
So the forward line's like
Doesn't
the
matter.
forward line's weird.
How shit were they this year with the forward line of names?
Yeah, that's true.
No, yeah.
Just throw them in there and see what happens. It's better. I suppose it's better than playing. I was going to say Neefel VFL.
What was Sam Mitchell saying the other day? I reckon it was off the back of St Kilda. St Kilda are too good to be shit
Yeah,
and not shit enough to be very shit.
Oh, and he was saying,
I'm not here to
most-
scrape into finals.
I believe, and I think most of our players believe, we're not here to scrape the
Scrape
finals.
into finals.
That's
I
right.
love that.
Yeah.
Whereas St Kilda, them saying they've got the list,
Yeah.
and I'm like, did anyone think they've got the list to do
Nobody
anything?
thought they had the list.
Yeah.
I was like, what's this bloke talking about?
I know.
And now they're going to be just good enough to maybe scrape into finals,
Yeah.
or maybe not. And it's not good enough to go up the ladder.
There's a lot
It
of clubs
seems like
that are
they
in really,
really-
bad places right
A lot
now.
of and
They-
with Dangerfield's point, with Tassie coming,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got to bottom
Well,
out
now.
right when Hawthorn
Yeah.
are.
Otherwise, you lose
Well,
all the picks.
there's probably 5 years from that, but it's coming.
Mm.
Dude, it's a slow dive.
Yeah,
Footy club.
yeah.
Like, not very often you go from 8th to last.
I think
And there'll
the gap-
be like those 17. They might have those pre-draft ones too.
Yeah,
where
that's
they take
true.
the good players,
Yeah,
take it out
have
of the pool
a
early.
snack
I
first.
think the
Yeah.
gap between the really well-run clubs and the clubs that, not that they're run poorly, they're just not run well.
Yeah.
Like, so they sometimes make a good call and then they'll make 2 bad ones. Like, the gap is widening. And if you don't have the right people at the top, it's a trickle down, right? That's, CEO, president, coach,
Yeah.
the board has to be strong. All of those things have to be in place. And we see that now, Sydney, Richmond, Geelong, Brisbane, like these teams who are perennially up there. It's not, you got a 3-year window and you might win one. You're just a good club
Yeah.
now. You're just always in the mix.
Yeah.
You can't write them off.
Well, which club do you want to go to? And they're going to name the same clubs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I
good
know that can
facilities
be
and everything
cyclical,
else.
but
Strange question.
Yeah.
Where'd Matt Crouch end?
Adelaide.
Still at
Like-
Adelaide. Yeah, just still.
I know.
I don't know. He's not going to play.
No.
It's pretty ordinary, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't reckon there was a market.
Nah, there wasn't.
You know?
Obviously,
But
that's
this-
what St Kilda I read was linked.
Yeah, well,
To Matt.
that would have been the one that made
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
But I suppose the problem with Matt Crouch is if you don't play him and you're an ordinary, why should
He's
any other
insured.
club value
Yeah,
him?
of course.
So
So
Mitchell
hang
was
on to him
slightly
for
different
insurance.
because he was playing, and when he did it, you could see he still had it. Right?
Mitchell was a level up.
Yeah,
from
of course
Crouch,
too.
yeah.
But even then, like Sam Mitchell would throw him in for a quarter and he'd get 8 clearances, and you'd be like,
Yeah.
he's still got it.
Yeah,
he's just not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
whereas Matt Crouch, it just was never,
So I was going to say on the Ratton thing before, they seem to have not learned a lesson that I learned like year 2 of being a local footy club president, where we wanted to sack the coach, but didn't have the guts to do it. So we gave him some benchmarks that we knew he was never going to meet, and then 3 weeks later, basically
Jesus.
sacked him. But it was that's what they did. They asked
That's ruthless.
This bloke running.
But they asked Brett Ratton
Imagine
like,
if he
to come
comes
in.
to us like next week and goes, all right, guys, for the podcast.
Yeah.
We got some KPIs here to set.
4 million
Yeah.
listeners next
And
year.
if you don't get Michael Jordan on with Tiger Woods, that you're out.
Yeah, but other than that, you're doing great, and we love you.
So he came away from that thinking that was yuck, never doing that again. But that's what they did. They asked Brett Ratton to like plead for his job. Tell us why you're the best man. They'd already decided to sack him.
Yeah.
They then marched the poor bloke in to tell him why he shouldn't, and then sacked him anyway.
Do you reckon?
Crazy.
So 2 years, and I know people are like, "Oh, he's got 2 years to be paid," which is fine, but I mean, it's still pretty humiliating.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
remove the money side of it.
Yeah.
Imagine the meetings you would have had from round 22 or 3, whatever it's called these days, to now
Yep.
with people who know that his job was on the line.
Yep.
Yeah.
And all the conversations
Sitting there
where,
lying.
yeah,
And he didn't know. He was at the bloody draft combine last week.
Yeah.
Like,
A
that's
day before.
that's messed up.
yeah,
That's messed up.
interesting.
And to me, that's the glaring issue. And that was the same with Essendon, hiring the bloke and then sacking him the next day. It's like you haven't done your due diligence before you make the decision. Like if you want to re-sign Ratton for 2 years, you cannot be sacking him 3 months later.
No.
Unless,
And it's not like they
it's
lost-
a huge scandal.
Or they lose
Massive.
12 games in a row by 150. There was no footy.
Exactly. There was no reason for it. He hasn't
He
changed.
was he losing the way he walked
Nothing's-
to his office at
Nothing's
work.
happened in 2 months. That's
No.
stunning to me. I'm okay if you decide at the end of the year, look, Brett, we don't think you're the guy. Thanks for everything. You're
Yeah.
a great bloke. But it's the signing that
Yeah.
it's the 2 months ago or 3 months ago, whatever.
Changed your
Less than
mind.
100 days.
You're now
That's the problem.
the exact opposite to what we need at the footy
Yeah,
club.
we've changed our mind completely.
Also, they're getting handouts too. Like that's not their money. Like
Oh, yeah.
they've now just pissed up a
Yeah.
wall.
It's ridiculous.
But you can't if you're not in the black yourself without handouts.
Yep.
You can't be doing that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Agree.
Anyway, all right, that's us for the year.
Done.
Yeah.
Been a pleasure.
Thanks very much. Well done. Enjoy
Don't
the
come
golf
near me.
course.
You want to split a Kit
Yeah, I
Kat?
do want a Kit Kat. I do want a Kit Kat.
Right,
You are coming on Thursday and walking. You can pull
You
the
time
flags
it
out.
out.
Yeah, I could probably do
I'll
that.
be done. We're done in 30 minutes to 5.
Yeah, okay.
Done.
I'm going to set a stopwatch.
Especially then you got to add 3 minutes to do CPR on a duck.
Yeah, no. I just had to get that on the Barbie. No, the duck ran off happy as Larry.
Oh, good.
Chased
The duck
Selby
lived.
around. I chased him.
Thought he hit him.
Right, it's been the Hardball Gets AFL show. This podcast was brought to you by the all-new Mazda BT50 SP. It's a complete package. We'll see you next year.